My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine, the best of the best of the best with 30 plus years of clinical experience in medicine at high level. Today I want to talk to you about your mental health and how to avoid, for all of you who are 60 or above, 60 years old or above, how to avoid depression, anxiety disorders, and sleep disorders starting at the age of 60. According to the American College of Psychiatrists, 25% of people 60 or above suffer from some levels of depression. 25% of people 60 or above suffer from some level of anxiety disorders. 25% of people 60 and above suffer from some level of insomnia. We live in a crazy society, crazy society. Everybody busy, making money, running this side, that side, individualism, right? Overpopulation, too much stress at work, in the family, blah, blah, blah. It has become extremely difficult to keep your mental health checked and to not undergo depression, anxiety disorders, insomnia, starting at the age of 60, because since you were a young working age adult, you've been under pressure by work, family, obligations, blah, 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 to save for your retirement, to raise your kids, to keep your wife or husband happy, to keep your family members happy, blah, 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 blah. We live in a very stressful times where people have lost connections with their neighbors, with their family, with their friends. Everybody trying to live within their own little circle, right? Nobody helps each other anymore, whether it's in society, in the neighborhood, at the church, blah, blah, blah. Individualism is what is destroying Western societies. And that leads, of course, with all this stress at work, stress in society, the stress of keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, this guy bought a new house. Oh, that guy bought a new BMW. Blah, blah, blah. We need to do the same. Materialism is destroying Western societies, right? I love the way I live because I'm not a minimalist, but I'm an essentialist, right? I do not worry about my retirement because I will never retire. I love medicine. I'm 50 years young and I'm going to keep practicing until I'm 100 years old and die in my sleep, right? I will never give up medicine. Retirement is not for me. So I don't have to worry. That's one worry less in my life, worrying about saving money for the retirement, blah, blah, blah. I don't have no wife. I don't have no kids. I don't have to worry about raising my kids, sending them to college, making sure my daughter doesn't become a prostitute, making sure my son doesn't become a pimp or a drug addict, doesn't start to smoke weed, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to worry about all that, right? So it's another worry less. I don't have no girlfriend right now as of 4 years. Another thing less to worry about. So I'm 50 years young. I can be 100% confident that by the time I'm going to reach 60 or 65, I'm not going to be among the 20 to 25% of people 60 and above who suffer from depression, some form of anxiety disorders, or some form of sleeplessness, right? I sleep 9 hours a night, every night, no exception. I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. I put my head, after 2 minutes, I'm gone like a little baby, and I wake up spontaneously. My brain wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Whether it's a work day or not, it doesn't matter. I get my 9 hours of sleep, and my brain is sharper than a 20-year-old, right? My memory is amazing. My memory is freaking amazing, better than a 20-year-old. But anyways, how can you avoid being part of this statistic of the American Psychology College and avoid this depression, avoid this anxiety disorder, avoid this sleeplessness and all these problems that accumulate together and make you age very fast, make you decrease your immune system, develop cancer, dementia, blah, blah. Because remember that your mental health is linked to your physical health. If you are mentally healthy, your body will follow. Conversely, if you have a healthy body, your mind will follow, right? The number one tip is to let go of the past grievances. Number one tip, let go of the past grievances. I have never had any wife, never had any kids, but I had quite a few girlfriends in the past. And obviously after 6 months, 1 month, 2 months, 2 years, 3 years, well, people break up, it happens, right? I was never able to find Mrs. Right, which is okay, right? Actually, I feel better. And now that I'm 50, I realize that I feel so lucky that one of the best decisions in my life was to never get married. Initially, I really thought I need to get married because my clock is ticking. I need to have kids. Now I realize that my number one decision in my life was to go to medical school. That was my number one best decision. My number two best decision in my life was to leave socialist, communist Europe, right? Socialist, communist Europe to come to America. Thank God I escaped from communist, socialist Europe, which is going down the drain. That was the second best decision in my life. And now that I'm 50 and I have never been married, no kids, I realize in hindsight that the third best decision in my life was to never get married and not have any kids. My God, how much stress and headache and hassle it removes from your shoulder and your brain. I have so much time for myself, so much time to take care of myself and to dedicate for myself. Call me selfish. Okay, who cares? Who gives a cat? So I love myself. I'm happy I can dedicate 2 hours every day to the gym, no exception, to be super healthy, healthier than a 20-year-old. I can sleep 9 hours a night without being disturbed. I can work 8 to 10 hours a day, including Saturdays, and I love my work. I don't work for the money, but for the love of medicine. I can read 1 hour every day, scientific medical journals, to stay on the top of my knowledge and my skills. I can learn and educate myself every freaking day in advanced mathematics, physics, chemistry at high level, science, biology, biochemistry, molecular biology, cellular biology. I can have the time to improve myself in the Thai language, which will be my 6th language. I am fluent, written, spoken in 5 languages right now, and I'm learning my language number 6. Do you really think I would be able to do all this if I had a wife and kids? Of course not. Are you kidding me? It would be impossible. So obviously before I used to think, my God, I need to get married because my clock is ticking. I need to have kids. Who's going to take care of me when I get old? But now I realize that I will be taking care of myself when I get old, because I'm 50 years young and I'm going to age gracefully. My health parameters are better than those of a baby, and I can run faster than a 20-year-old. I don't need nobody to take care of me when I get old. I will be able to wipe my own butt, to make my own food, and I will be going to the gym even when I'm 100 years old. And it's just not going to happen that anybody will need to take care of me. It's just not going to happen, because I will not have any heart attack, stroke, kidneys, diseases, liver diseases, blah, 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 blah. Thanks to my keto diet, thanks to my regular exercise, thanks to zipping my mouth, not eating junk food. I eat only one time to maybe 2 or 3, one time per day. The rest is little snacks. My God, I'm super healthy. Why do I need any freaking kids to take care of me with all the risk and complication and the headaches and the hassle that it involves, right? Same thing for a wife. Same thing for a husband if you're a woman, right? Learn to enjoy your singleness. Learn to enjoy the solace of solitude. I am not lonely. I am not lonely, but I live alone. I don't have no girlfriend, no wife, no kids, but I live alone, but I'm not lonely at all. My patients are my friends. My patients are my family. My patients are my kids. My patients are my wife, right? Now, I'm not against dating again and having another girlfriend if it happens, but I'm not actively looking at it, right? Because I'm so happy. My brain is sharp, my serotonin, my noradrenaline, right? My dopamine, these 3 major chemicals in my brain are super high. So the last thing I'm going to have when I reach 60 is the anxiety disorder, depression, and of course, sleep disorder. So you need to forget the past, be happy that you are single if you are single, and if you're not single, you need to let go of all the grievances against family member, ex-girlfriend, ex-wives, kids, and blah, 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 and just move on and let go. Let it be, let go, and move on. Once you leave away all these past grievances, then you will feel just like Dr. B. With all the girlfriends that I've had, believe me, most of them are gone. I don't even know where they are, right? I'm in touch with maybe one of them because they're not interested in keeping in touch with me. I'm not interested in keeping in touch with them. Everybody moves on, right? That's life, right? It's like having an ex-wife but not having kids with her. If you had an ex-wife but you don't have any kids with her, why do you keep in touch with her? Why don't you move on with a new wife or a new girlfriend? Now, if you have kids, obviously, for the betterment, for the best of your kid, for the best interest of your kids, you need to keep in touch with the ex-wife because you need to share custody, blah, 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 right? But my ex-girlfriends, I don't share anything with them. Why am I going to keep in touch with them? Most of them are probably with other guys, or they got married and have kids and blah, 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 right? Everybody moves on. And I have absolutely no grievances against them. I hope they don't have any grievances against me, hopefully. But that's the number one tip for you. You need to let go. You need to let it be of the past. You need to let go. And you need to look forward. Number 2 tip to stay away from depression, anxiety disorder, and sleep disorders starting at the age of 60 is to keep learning. If you are retired, right? If you are retired, this stuff of traveling around is going to make you not happy, because traveling around costs a huge amount of money. And even if you have the money, eventually once you have seen all these countries, you will say, okay, what is next? Right? So you need to keep learning. It's okay if you are retired and you travel around, but while you are traveling around, learn the culture of that country. Learn the language of that country, right? If you are retired and you don't have the money to travel around, well, travel with your brain. Believe me, you can go very far when you travel with your brain. Listen, I traveled to many countries and I actually lived in 5 different countries and learned the 5 languages in which I am fluent, right? 5 languages that I'm fluent by living in those countries, and I traveled to dozens more, right? But now that I've traveled and I've seen the world and I've learned 5 languages and learning my language number 6, which is the Thai language, I love to travel with my brain. You can go farther away, millions of times farther away with your brain than you can go physically, right? You can travel to other galaxies, other planets. You can travel, you can dive deep into atoms and molecules, right? Now, if you don't like science and you don't want to learn science, well, learn a new skill, learn a new language, keep learning, learn mathematics, learn to play the game of chess or the game of bridge, learn something, learn to play a music instrument, learn to paint, learn to carve wood, learn to do something. Do not stay home waiting for in 2 months when you're gonna go again on vacation for 1 week, and then you're gonna keep eating and you're gonna get fat and bigger. 10 years after you have started retire, you will be in very bad shape. So if you don't have the money to travel physically, keep learning and travel with your brain, right? Keep learning and travel with your brain, and I swear to God, you will feel 10 times better than traveling physically. Because learning, right? Learning will keep your brain completely active, will not shut down your brain. If you keep a muscle active, the muscle grows, becomes bigger. If you keep a brain active by learning, the neurons, the cells in your brain keep forming synapses. So all the studies have shown that people starting at the age of 60, once they keep learning, especially once you retire, if they keep learning, they will never develop depression, anxiety disorder, sleep disorder, and dementia. One of the best ways to stay away from dementia is to keep learning. Now, if you have a good job that makes you love it and enjoy it, like you're an engineer, you're a scientist, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're this, you're that, keep working. I have so many patients that I see who are in their 80s, late 60s, 70s, and keep working because they love their job. I had just last week a mathematician who was retired but kept teaching mathematics to students as a volunteer. So keep teaching your skills, keep teaching your arts, learn to play guitar, learn to play piano, learn to paint, learn something, learn to play chess, learn physics, learn chemistry, learn something, learn a language. I posted a video about the benefits of learning a language. It doesn't matter how old you are. Are you 80, 90, 70? There's no limit for learning. You need to learn from your cradle to your grave. You need to learn from your cradle to your grave. So remember, number 1 is to let go of the past grievances. Number 2 is to keep learning so your brain keeps going. If your brain keeps going, you will never develop depression. You will never develop dementia. You will never develop anxiety disorder. You will never develop sleeplessness. And number three is to live a purposeful life. If you are retired, And all you think about is in 6 months you'll be able to travel again, or in 3 months you'll be able to travel again. You're going to get bored of that life. After a few travels to this country, that country, you will have seen all you need to see. There's not much difference eventually between this country, that country, this country, that country. It's just beautiful scenery, beautiful ocean, mountains, this and that. But it's the same whether you look at a mountain in the French Alps or you look at a mountain in Alaska. It's just a freaking mountain. There's no difference. If you look at the ocean in the Bahamas Islands, or you look at the freaking ocean in Hawaii, it's a freaking ocean. It is the same freaking stuff. It is salt water. It just has a different name. One is the Pacific Ocean, the other one is the Atlantic Ocean. So eventually you're gonna go get tired of going from one beach to the other. You're gonna realize that it's the same sun, the same sand, and the same freaking salt water in front of you, and that there is no difference whether you look at the ocean in, for instance, Puerto Rico, or you look at the ocean in the island of Bohol, Philippines, right? It is the same freaking ocean. It just has a different name. There is sand, coconut trees, ocean, salt water, and the blue sky on top of you, and that's it. So you're going to do that and you're going to get bored. Unless of course you give a meaning to your life. So while you are traveling around the world, good for you, try to stay active in your community. Give a meaning to your life that is beyond just enjoying life like a dog, right? A dog wakes up in the mornings, thinks about food, then go have sex in the doggy park with the female dogs or male dogs, then go have fun in the park, then come back home, take a nap, then eat again, then go to pee again outside. That's the life of a dog. The life of a dog has no purpose, right? It's like the life of a cat. What is the purpose of the life of a cat? What is the purpose of that life? Nothing, right? What is the purpose of the life of a little pigeon? There's no purpose to that life. What is the purpose of the life of a dog? It is just to keep having fun, having sex, eating food, sleeping. That's it. Over and over and over again until in 15 years, the dog dies and goes to doggy heaven. I don't even know if that exists or not. But that's what my sister believes, right? Whatever makes people happy, right? So do not have the life of a dog. Gives a purpose to your life. The reason we humans are different than dogs and cats is that we have a purpose to our life. Be engaged in your church, your mosque, your synagogue, your temple, whatever the catch is, your religion. Be involved in teaching, in taking care, in mentoring handicapped, disabled kids. Become a visitor at a nursing home, help the elderly, keep in touch with people, give them cheer, a purpose to hang in there. Even the guy is 90 years old, teach him about how to play this game, that game, how to improve, to read, keep reading, blah, 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 right? Go to a hospital, become a volunteer, medical visitor, go work at the food bank, go do something, become a volunteer. If you need the money, keep working, go work, meet people, blah, 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 right? Become a librarian, but if you don't need the money, then become a volunteer, right? Because it will be easier for you to become a volunteer at the food bank, at the church, than to find a job at your age of 70, 60, 65 because of ageism. Ageism is destroying Western societies. Means they are no longer hiring experienced, mature people like you. They are hiring these young people because they want to save money and not pay them any cazzo, right? They don't want to appreciate your decades of experience and knowledge and wisdom and maturity. So they hire these young potheads so that and that's everywhere. in the healthcare system especially, right? They don't care about experienced doctors and nurses. They just get fired all the time, right? Look at UCSF, University of California at San Francisco is firing all these medical professionals who are many decades of experience. They're just firing them, letting them go. As of today, July 29. So there's a strike going on. The healthcare workers at UCSF San Francisco, they are having these strikes and bargaining discussions and blah, blah, blah. Medical healthcare is like every corporation. The healthcare corporations, all these hospitals and clinics and stuff are like every other corporation, high-tech, blah, blah, blah. They are all into profits. So they are going to fire these very experienced nurses and medical assistants and blah, 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 and let them go in order to either hire younger people with no experience but whom they can pay cheap, or they're just not going to hire anybody anymore and give more work to those who are already inside and whom they didn't fire. It is crazy. So if you can volunteer starting when you retire or not, keep giving a meaning to your life, means keep having a purposeful life that is just beyond just waking up, eating, trying the best restaurant, watching the best movie, traveling around, because believe me, you're going to get sick of that. Look at all these billionaires and millionaires. Have you noticed? All these Hollywood people, all these celebrities, a lot of them go into alcohol addiction, drug addiction, suicide attempts, suicide, mental disorders, blah, 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 50 divorces, marriages, 20 divorces, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, those who don't shoot themselves in the head, they go into drug addiction and stuff because they've done everything. They've had so much money, billions and millions of dollars, that there's nothing else for them to do. They have enjoyed everything. They have enjoyed life. They have traveled to every country you can imagine. They have bought 20 Lamborghinis, 50 Ferraris. They have a 20-bedroom, 10-bathroom mansion in every country in the world. They have done it all. And now they are like, what's next? And because they are not interested, because they are too proud of themselves, they are not interested in learning something or this, and all they care is enjoyment of life like a dog, right? They are not interested in volunteering at a church, volunteering in a nursing home, volunteering to help the disabled people, right? No, that would be very bad for their prestige and everything, because they are millionaires and billionaires, right? That would put them down. So they go into these addictions and all these depressions and anxieties. And, I mean, you see it all the time, right? All these Hollywood clowns and elite billionaires and millionaires who wind up into this disastrous life, right? So remember, three tips to age gracefully. Number one, let go of the past. Number two, keep past grievances. Let go of the past grievances. Number two, keep learning. And number three, give your life a purpose. Don't live like a dog. Don't live like a cat, because that's what distinguishes a human from an animal. At the end, even if you have billions of dollars, you're going to get tired of the Lamborghinis and Ferraris that you have in your mansions. You're going to get tired of that airplane that you've had and that you've traveled in every mansion in every country, right? Look at all these billionaires, millionaires, they are selling all their assets. Once they reach a certain age, they realize that actually they don't need all these junk stuff around them, right? They declutter their life. They sell the mansion in Hawaii. They sell the mansion in Monaco. They sell their airplane, and they go into living a hidden life away from the paparazzi, where they disappear from the eyes of the press. Look at the Google billionaire, right? The founder of Google, right? Larry Page, everybody knows Larry Page, right? Larry Page is one of the two founders of Google, right? Together with Sergey Brin, both of them multi-billionaire. Larry Page is now out of the picture. He disappeared in somewhere in a little island. He's done with everything he needed to do, and he just wants now to keep a low profile and enjoy what is left of his life. I bet you when he's gonna die, he's gonna give all his billions to charity, because nobody needs so many billions of dollars. Nobody needs so many millions of dollars. You think you need, but once you're gonna buy this boat, that airplane, this airplane, you're gonna go back to what I told you. The only way to age gracefully is to keep your mental health is to declutter your life, give a purpose to your life, live a purposeful life, and keep learning. I love you guys. Dr. B graduated from medical school 30 plus years ago. I took the Hippocratic oath to never, ever, ever lie to you, to never put my interest above yours. You will always be above my interest. I give you a big hug, whether you're a Christian, Jew, Muslim, atheist, Buddhist, whether you're a male, female, anything in between, black, white, Caucasian, Asian, I don't give a cat. So whether you're a Democrat, Republican, anything in between, I give you a big hug, and I love you because I love medicine and people. That's why I went to medical school 30 plus years ago. And I hope to talk to you in the next video. Put your comments, question, any catcher you want to ask down there, and I will get back to you ASAP. God bless you all. Bye-bye.